able to apply knowledge of functions and tables to graph a function. You will be able to apply knowledge of functions and tables to graph a function. Alright, so we're going to do an investigation to kind of see how this relates to us. And what we're going to do is, can you please read under investigation what it says, Tashana? Right here.
Count the number of times you repeat 3 times of the
So all we're going to do right now is we're going to count the number of times that we breathe in 1 minute. So I'm going to set my stopwatch for 1 minute, and I'm going to need you to quietly count the number of times that you breathe. Why do you think that we shouldn't make noise or talk during this time? How will that distract us if we do that?
You're not going to be noticed breathing.
Yeah, and you might distract somebody else. So, no noises like that. We're going to quietly breathe normally and count how many times we breathe in 1 minute. And we're going to do this 3 times. Okay? We're going to count how many times we breathe. Just in your head, count how many times you breathe in 1 minute. Just normal. Just breathe normal and count. So, on your mark, get set, go. And stop. So, count, right, how many times you breathe in 1 minute in your first resolve. And then you can share with the partner for 30 seconds. How long did it take, how many breaths did you take in 1 minute?
How many did you get?
Alright, so, we're going to do that 2 more times. Share geniuses.
Work hard, get smart.
Share geniuses.
Work hard, get smart.
I need all eyes on me and all mouths closed. Tayana, his eyes on me and mouth closed. Zionia's eyes are on me and mouth closed. Now, we're going to start when that long hand gets at the 9. So when that long hand gets at the 9, you're going to start counting your breaths. Okay? Go. Count your breaths again. Mark down how many you have.
Oh, I got 29. I got 83.
Okay, last time, let's do this quickly so we can get on. Ready? 3. I'm at 3, 2, 1, and 0. Begin counting.
46. 98.
Alright, so, share geniuses.
Work hard, get smart.
Alright, so I know Uriel's ready. I know Shanice is ready. I know Asante's ready. Now, the next step says it wants us to find the mean of our breaths. What's the average amount of breaths we take in 1 minute? Who remembers how to find the mean? Who remembers how to find the mean of a number? Alright, let's go with Armani. How do we find the mean of a number?
You gotta add all the numbers together. Then you gotta divide it by how many numbers they eat.
Very good. So everybody take 1 minute to add all your numbers together and divide by the total numbers. Show me with your fingers how many numbers we'll be dividing by. 3. Show me with your fingers. Very good. Thank you. So everybody take 1 minute and 30 seconds to add your numbers. Or sorry, 1 minute. When you have the mean, give me a thumbs up so I know you're ready. Alright, go ahead and write that right there, what your mean is. When you get your mean, write it in the spot for mean. About 30 more seconds to find the mean. Destiny's ready. Shanice is almost ready. I don't think I said to talk while you're doing this. Alright, so all eyes up here. If you got a remainder, I want you to round it to the closest whole number. So if you got a remainder, just round it to the closest whole number. My mean is going to be 32. Raise your hand if you got in the 30s for your mean. Raise your hand if you were in the 30s for your mean. Yeah, I think that's like the majority of us were in the 30 for our means.
I got 53.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I need you to be quiet and get your eyes up here and stop shouting out, because we're done with that now, okay? What we're going to go on to is, we're going to use the mean to complete the table. So now we're going to look at this, we're going to look at this as a function, and we're going to make a function table for it, okay? So in 1 minute, that was the time, how many breaths on average did you breathe? That's what you're going to write right there. In 1 minute, how many breaths on average did you breathe? That's what you're going to write right there. In 1 minute, raise your hand if you have a question. On 1 minute, how many breaths on average did you breathe? You're going to raise your hand if you have a question. In 1 minute, how many breaths on average did you breathe?
I got 88 maybe too.
38.
So
How you get 88?
Like
But you just got one in place or something?